Hello YouTube. Now, not sure if everyone's interested in this or anyone's interested in it even, but this is the reason I like to have a kitchen in a van is I like to still make some food that I can enjoy. So tonight I've got some rice, got some tender stem broccoli, got some organic mushrooms. I prefer to buy organic when I can, but there's not much of it around in Aldi. It's mainly non-organic. And I've got one of these Thai red curry kits, some salt and pepper, and I've got my pans. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to wash the broccoli. Whoops, sorry about the noise. Yeah, so I'm going to put all this in this pan, and I'm just going to break off some of the longer stalks. I'm going to try a trick I try sometimes, and that is to wash the veg in the bag that it came from. That seems to be intact, so I might as well use it. So I'm just breaking off these longer bits and putting them all back in the bag. Don't want them massively long stems because they won't fit in my pan. I'd never just eat these without washing them, or even cook them without washing them, because I just feel that they're probably sprayed with all kinds of nasties to keep the insects off. So I want to wash off as much of that as I possibly can. So in the bag I'm going to put some salt, I'm grinding it with the lid on. There we go. So now I've got a little bit of salt there. Okay, that can now go straight in the bag. I'm going to spray some of this vinegar in as well, because vinegar and salt is good for cleaning veg. Vinegar kills bacteria. Right, and now I'm going to fill the bag up with water. You can't do this with all vegetable bags, some of them have like ventilation holes in them. The broccoli one seems to be generally okay. So there we go. Now we've got a bag full of water and broccoli. Oh, there is a slight leak. Never mind. So I'm going to give it a good shake now. Okay. I've shook it so much I've popped the bag, but I'm happy that's clean now. So in this fold away colander, let's put it in there. Right, so next I'm going to put the rice in this pan. Could do with a smaller pan really, I'm probably making more than I need, but that doesn't matter. So again, I'm going to grind the salt into the lid. And pop that into the rice. And then, I don't know how many times, there's a little formula, isn't there, for rice, so I'm not sure. This is basmati rice, so I'm going to put 3 times the amount of water in. Like I say, I could be wrong about that, but we'll see. In fact, 2 times doesn't look too bad actually. I'm going to go with 2 times and we'll see what that does. So let's get that on. Okay, the rice is on, and you don't wash mushrooms. Well, I don't anyway, and I believe that's the general practice of mushrooms, not to wash them. So these are organic, so hopefully that means they're not covered in crap that we shouldn't really be eating. So I'm just going to wipe off any dirt. Seem quite clean anyway, these. What I think I'm going to do, I'm going to quarter the mushrooms, keep them quite large because there's no meat in this, it's just mushroom and broccoli. Okay, so here we go. Right then, that's the mushrooms cut into quarters. So now I'm going to get my pan on the go, and then I'm going to do the broccoli first. And put the lid over, just give them a few minutes. Right, the rice is bubbling away, so I'm going to give it a stir. Make sure nothing's stuck to the bottom of the pan. I'm going to turn the battering right down so it can simmer. Turn the broccoli down a bit as well. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll give the broccoli a bit of a cook, and then got a few minutes, and when that's cooked, I'll put the mushrooms in. So we've got the little sachets. Let's read the instructions. I don't normally read the instructions, to be fair. I've done these ones before. Now, the last time I added this spice, when it said to do so, it was bloody awful because it wasn't cooked. All these dried spices and chilies. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put these in with the paste, and that way they'll get a bit of cooking, and then I'll also add the coconut milk in as well, and that'll further cook it as well. Yeah. Right, check the broccoli. There we are. So I don't mind a bit of colour on the broccoli, quite like it actually, but I don't want them too cooked either. I don't want them like soggy or anything, I'd rather them a bit firm if anything. Right, the rice is doing alright. I'm going to put a lid on, should keep some of the moisture in, hopefully get absorbed into the rice. Right, I'm going to add the mushrooms in now, I think. Alright, mushrooms are in. Mushrooms tend to shrink quite a lot when they cook. I've just remembered I missed out one vital ingredient to this recipe. Why not indeed? Cheers! I'm tempted to put some more oil in, but I want to avoid doing that if I can. It's hot, that. So what I might do actually now, I might put all the broccoli on the top, so the mushrooms are on the bottom of the pan. I don't want to burn the broccoli. So already got some colour on it. The rice. It turns out that putting 2 times the amount of water into the rice seems to work quite nicely. So I've turned it off now because that's almost done, and what I'm going to do is just leave the lid on and let it absorb any moisture that's in there. Put a bit of seasoning in, a bit of salt. And a bit of pepper. A bit more pepper than salt. I think these are starting to do. There's quite a lot in this pan, so I'm just moving the broccoli into the lid so that I can stir the mushrooms a little bit. Yeah, okay, I know I'm not Gordon Ramsay. This is probably amateur cooking at its worst, but there we go. Right, so there we go. Now I can stir the mushrooms a little bit, get them moved around a little bit. So I've got the mushrooms here and the broccoli here. This is the lid of the pan. So what I'll do, when I'm ready to put the broccoli back in, I'll just close the lid. In a minute I'm going to put the spices in here, and these are ready, and do that part of it. I'm going to put these dry spices in now because I know how long they take to cook from doing this recipe before. So give them a chance to soften. Okay, I'm happy that that can take the spice now. So, I'm going to put the spice in. So it's said to cook the spice paste until it's fragrant. So, let's just do that. So we've got now mushrooms almost cooked with the spice paste, and in a few minutes I'm going to put in the coconut milk. So I'm still in North Wales and not had enough sun really, so I've got the engine running, and that's got a battery charger, so I'm charging the battery while I'm cooking my food. So you're probably wondering if I'm a vegetarian, seeing as I've not got any meat in this dish. I'm not a vegetarian, but I don't tend to eat much meat. So, especially when I'm away, I just find dealing with meat too much hassle most of the time. So, I just get veg, and you know, it lasts quite a while in the fridge. And and I do enjoy vegetable-based dishes. Sometimes enjoy it more than, let's say, if I'd put chicken in this. I think that's ready for the coconut milk. So here we go. Okay, give it a bit of stir around. So there we are. That's the curry. So now I'm just going to close the lid, I think. That's it. And we'll just leave that to simmer now for a few minutes. The rice should still be warm enough in the pan with the lid on. I think I should have rinsed the rice first because it's a bit starchy. But it'll do. I'm in a field. What more can you want in a field? Put some broccoli on first. And now some mushrooms. Smells nice anyway. Some sauce. So there we go, a wonderful red Thai mushroom and broccoli curry made in a van. Now, one thing I would say is, I've had this before, and if you've got these little chilies, these red ones, take them out, because if you eat one, they literally blow your head off. So there we go. I hope you've enjoyed seeing how I cook in the van. Like I said, I've no idea whether anybody's interested in this kind of thing, so no doubt if you leave comments, I will then either do more of these or do no more of these. Okay, cheers. I'm going to go and eat my tea. Hello again. Now, you may or you may not be aware of the fact that my job is as a composer and an audio producer. So I'm self-employed and I spend most of my time creating and editing music. It is a competitive industry, so I have to keep busy. If you would like 5 free tracks, completely free, the link is below in the description. Please go and grab those. And also, if you'd have a listen to some of the other music, and if you think you could use it in your videos or your productions, and you'd like to support me as an independent composer, that would be fantastic. The prices are reasonable for personal use and YouTube use, and the prices go all the way up to more costly fees for businesses and advertisers. But if you're on a budget as well, you can get in touch with me and I'll see what I can do. Check the links below to get your free tracks, and have a listen to my other tracks if you would. Brilliant, thank you.